Forgotten Tech History When Steam Powered the Internet. Chapter 1. The Hidden Frequency. You settle into quiet awareness as a soft hum drifts through your mind, a gentle vibration like distant waves washing over a shoreline of thought. In this stillness, you sense invisible currents moving around you. Each breath becomes a tuning fork, calibrating your awareness to the faint resonance of early experiments, where steam engines pulsed and sighed with mechanical rhythm. In hidden workshops by candlelight, inventors coaxed messages from hissing pipes and heated iron. They discovered that a rapid change in pressure inside long tubes produced delicate fluctuations that could carry patterns of dots and dashes. This discovery formed the heart of Morse signaling, transforming vapor and piston into a coded conversation stretching across miles. You visualize copper wires stretching like the branches of an unseen tree, each branch carrying a tiny pulse of electric current. This current is born from thermodynamic motion, as the heated engine's steam drives turbines and generators far below. The conversion of heat into electrical energy is a subtle dance of molecules, where collisions at the microscopic scale create a steady flow of charged particles, carrying information through metal veins. In that low hum, you hear the principle of resonance. Objects naturally oscillate at certain frequencies, and when you match that frequency, they respond with greater amplitude. Like a glass wrapping its rim with a wet finger, the system you are exploring finds its pitch. Early telephone experiments would later build on this principle, allowing voices to ride the same electric tides you are now imagining. Your mind feels connected to generations of curious minds, from blacksmiths studying magnetism to pioneers sending the first telegram. Each innovation is a quiet pulse in a long lineage of discovery. As you drift deeper, you notice how the hum weaves a tapestry of science and human longing, a signal that transcends time. What hidden frequency remains just beyond your grasp, waiting to sing its secret code? Softly, you listen for the whisper that beckons you toward deeper understanding. Chapter 2. The Ghost Relay. Your breathing eases as you picture slender tubes weaving beneath the city streets. These conduits span miles underground, hidden but vital. Within their walls, cylindrical capsules glide, propelled by shifts in air pressure. You sense the gentle difference between a push and a pull, as one atmosphere of air quietly nudges a payload forward. It feels like watching a secret river of messages flow in silence. At stations in hidden alcoves, valves open and seal with precise motion. A simple lever shifts a flap, and compressors introduce a slight vacuum, creating a pressure difference that carries the capsule along. You might think of how a syringe draws liquid when you pull its plunger. The same principle of low pressure drawing fluid toward emptiness. Each whoosh marks the capsule's departure or arrival. Every click and hiss becomes part of a subtle language. In Victorian London and Paris, pneumatic tubes linked post offices and banks, sending letters in seconds, long before electrical signals arrived. You imagine the distant station receiving a gentle tap, translating motion into the next journey. This analog network feels alive, carrying your thoughts along invisible pathways, reminding you of our shared desire to connect and understand. Pioneers observed these pulsing currents, and dreamed of faster networks. You notice how each valve and pipe echoes later advances in telegraphy and data communication, where electrical impulses carry coded messages through wires. That rhythm of on and off creates digital bits, foundations of modern computing. In its gentle rhythm, you see how simple experiments in pressure paved the way for our vast, invisible webs of information. You settle into the hush of this underground world, feeling each vibration as a heartbeat of human curiosity. Scientific wonder echoes in pauses between pulses, where emptiness and force dance to carry secrets. This silent melody reminds you how the smallest pressure shift can bridge miles of distance and moments of time. You carry this realization, wondering what hidden currents hum beyond these tubes, waiting to whisper next secret. Chapter 3: The Clockwork Router. You stand before an array of brass gears and polished cogs, gleaming under a soft lamplight. Each wheel pivots on a spindle, turning with deliberate precision. A tooth meshes with its neighbor, transferring motion like a whisper from friend to friend. The silent rhythm feels almost alive, each turn carrying a spark of intent. You breathe the scent of oiled metal and anticipation, ready to listen to a quiet mystery. You place your hand on the frame of a mechanical engine inspired by Babbage's analytical engine. In 1837, Charles Babbage sketched this device to calculate functions. Though it never ran in his lifetime, its design uses punch cards and rotating cylinders to store numbers and instructions. You picture gears aligning to represent digits, early notions of binary even when wheels use decimals. The core idea endures. A machine executes precise steps to transform data. As you trace a brass rod between chambers, you notice a decision gate formed by two cams. When one cam rises, it lifts a lever and directs a gear left. When it falls, it drops and steers motion right. This mechanical choice mirrors a binary branch, where a bit is 0 or 1. You see a tangible logic gate, the building block of digital circuits that shape data and drive algorithms. Beyond this engine, you sense a pattern. Tubes and pulleys built to send messages across distances. In the mid-1800s, telegraph operators tapped Morse code over wires, routing signals through relay stations. Those stations used clutches and selectors like a clockwork router, forwarding each dot and dash toward distant ears. You imagine how this tangible process foreshadows packet switching today, where routers guide data like travelers along unseen paths. In this moment, you feel machines can think in their own mechanical way, as we learn to read their movements. You trace a gear and feel a gentle hum through brass. The future web of connection rests in patterns already set in motion. You lean forward, and the click of a latch hints at more beyond the door. Chapter 4: The Pressure Pulse. Your chest and the engine's chamber synchronize in a gentle rhythm. Each surge of steam expands within a sealed cylinder, pushing a piston in a measured cycle that echoes your heartbeat. In every stroke, the high-pressure vapor obeys the laws of thermodynamics, converting thermal energy into motion. You feel the subtle swell as heat transforms into mechanical movement, like inhaling a warm current that fills your lungs. Steam pulses once transported more than torque. They carried bits of information, as if thoughts rode on ribbons of vapor. Early engineers experimented with valves and diaphragms to modulate pressure waves, shaping each pulse into a distinct pattern. When a valve opens at precisely the right moment, the steam domain whispers a coded message. You sense how flow and restriction collaborate to form a basic kind of signaling, similar to Morse code, but written in fluid dynamics. This interplay feels intimate and alive, as though the engine itself breathes alongside you. Warm condensation gathers in low spots, condensing back to water in a silent release. The phase change reduces volume by a factor of around 1,600 when steam cools, letting the next expansion begin anew. You register the contraction as a pause, a moment of stillness before the next exhalation of heat and motion. In this pulsating exchange, energy and information dance together. The diaphragm's flexibility and the valve's timing define the quality of each wave. You imagine holding a tiny pressure gauge, watching needles fluctuate with every heartbeat and piston stroke. The gauge translates invisible pressures into numbers, for example, 150 pounds per square inch, grounding the poetry of the process in solid fact. As the steam settles, a hush spreads through the pipes. You become aware of an uncharted region between pulses, where silence and potential merge. In that quiet, you sense that communication can take another form, waiting to be discovered in the spaces between exhalations. Your mind hovers in that gentle stillness, curious about the hidden vibrations that may slip beneath conscious notice. What form of communication sleeps within the next exhalation, softly, always gently unfolding? Chapter 5. The Iron Telegraph. You stand at the edge of a silent valley, bathed in twilight's gentle glow. Fingers brushing the cold air, you sense a faint hum of possibility drifting through the stillness. In the distance, slender iron arms stretch from ridge to ridge, connecting hills and rivers in a quiet embrace. These are the first lines of a new age, forged from steel and human curiosity. Each cable carries the promise of messages whispered across continents, weaving distant hearts into a single tapestry. You trace the iron beneath your fingertips and imagine currents of electric charge flowing like silent rivers within. A steady voltage pulses through these metal nerves, responding to simple taps and pauses. Each click you hear is an echo of electromagnetic waves dancing along the line at near the speed of light. Though you cannot see them, these waves obey precise laws discovered by James Clerk Maxwell, weaving fields of force that travel beyond the horizon. They transform intent into motion, thought into sound. In a nearby station, operators sit before brass instruments, their trained hands tapping out dot and dash patterns. Each symbol carries a fragment of a message, a greeting, a question, a word of comfort. You imagine a love letter crossing oceans in a series of rhythmic pulses, a farmer announcing the harvest blessing, a scientist sharing fresh data on distant skies. Across the globe, laboratories and post offices spring to life around these iron threads. An invisible network begins to pulse with shared knowledge, knitting communities into a broader human story. You breathe in the still air, feeling the gravity of this innovation. Iron itself was forged in Earth's ancient core, released in volcanoes and carried by time to your fingertips. Now it becomes a conduit for human voices, transforming a primal element into something ethereal. You consider how simple materials aligned by insight and curiosity can reshape the world. A single sequence of clicks folds space and time, bridging solitude with collective presence. In this quiet valley, you become aware of currents you cannot see but deeply feel. A new inquiry whispers to you. Chapter 6. The Steam Spectrum. Standing beside the old engine's open valve, you feel a gentle tremor. Steam escapes at high pressure, water vapor heated beyond boiling point inside metal chambers. The hot mist pulses like breath in slow motion. Each exhalation carries potential, heat, volume, and force shaping invisible currents. You witness steam as energy in motion, a living breath of mechanical soul. You close your eyes and listen to the chorus of whistles rising above the rumble. Engineers once painted messages in frequency, carving information into sound waves. In acoustic telegraphy, pressure pulses produce vibrations in air, encoding dots and dashes in pitch and timing. Sound travels as a longitudinal wave, compressing and rarefying molecules with every note you perceive. In your mind's ear, you follow each whistle's pitch, a specific frequency measured in hertz, oscillations per second. Higher pressure pushes steam through narrower orifices, raising the fundamental frequency. Larger chambers and longer pipes lower the tone. This delicate balance of volume, pressure, and opening shape tunes each resonant note. You sense how science sculpts sound, wave patterns dancing in air. As the whistles waver, a rainbow of tones unfolds in your imagination. Each frequency corresponds to a hidden hue. Though air itself is colorless, your mind maps sound into light. Humans perceive frequencies between 20 and 20,000 hertz as audible. You feel each pitch like a key unlocking invisible doors, physical resonances that vibrate through thought and linger in silence. You drift into the subtle interplay of pressure and tension. Inside the steam chest, equilibrium balances input and release, creating stable resonance at natural frequencies. You sense knowledge swaying like reeds in a breeze, each concept rooted in real physics. The tiny adjustments of valve aperture change tone much like a musician's slide on a trombone, shaping an audible story. Now, surrounded by the chorus of deep vibrations, you rest in the hum of discovery. Steam whistles fade into the quiet spaces between thoughts, leaving you attuned to hidden frequencies. You wonder about the messages still waiting beyond the next valve, poised on the edge of a world. Which untold resonance will guide you toward the next hidden layer? Chapter 7. The Condenser Tunnel. You stand before a row of glowing vacuum tubes, each one a delicate glass vessel holding a silent storm of electrons. Inside, a vacuum allows electrons to drift unhindered, carrying faint signals across tiny gaps. You notice how the warm orange glow hints at thermionic emission, where heat teases electrons free from a hot filament. You trace your fingertips along the curved glass of a condenser, an early name for what we now call a capacitor. It stores charge like a calm lake at dawn, building energy between thin metal plates. This stored potential, measured in farads, will later release its quiet pulse to smooth out jagged waves of current. In low-lit labs, pioneers studied how electrons travel under electric fields. They learned that current flows when electrons overcome barriers, guided by grids and plates. Each tube becomes a tiny amplifier, bending a whisper of voltage into a stronger voice. You feel the resonance of collective discovery, as if countless experiments echo in this gentle hum. Nearby, you discover the filament's golden thread, glowing at around 2000 kelvins. That temperature, vital for thermionic emission, gives electrons enough energy to jump free. You sense its warmth extend to your thoughts as you learn that energy quantification measures joules per electron, turning abstract numbers into living warmth behind the glass. Beside each tube, condensers wait quietly, storing and releasing charge in cycles. A capacitor's role feels cyclical, like breathing. Charge accumulates on plates separated by a thin dielectric, then spills across a circuit when you allow it. You imagine this oscillation as a heartbeat of early radio, setting rhythms for distant voices. Every tube you touch holds vacuum measured at about 10 to the -6 torr, an almost perfect void. This absence of molecules ensures electrons roam freely without scattering. You feel a quiet paradox. Emptiness as a vessel for movement. A clear path carved in near silence, inviting you deeper into electrical thought. You pause beneath the gentle glow, sensing the condenser tunnel as a bridge between past and future currents. Charged particles whisper of discoveries untold. In this hush, you wonder what silent current will beckon you onward. Chapter 8. The Turbine Switch. You lie quietly and sense a soft vibration echoing through the floor beneath you. In that stillness, you picture turbine blades cutting through a rising wave of steam. The swirling vapor transfers heat energy into kinetic motion, spinning the rotors in precise circles. You imagine the balance of pressure and structure, how curved surfaces channel force with gentle efficiency. In this opening moment, the world feels anchored in methodical movement and quiet possibility. Beside those spinning rotors, you recall historical labs where engineers paired steam turbines with electromechanical relays. Each relay clicked in response to magnetic fields, opening or closing circuits to direct impulses. Together, turbine momentum and relay logic formed primitive switches, guiding pulses of data across silk-wrapped wires. In that early era, heat and magnetism collaborated, forging pathways that hinted at more than simple calculation. A nascent network where information could flow with newfound coherence. You lean deeper into that synergy of heat and magnetism, aware that steam's thermal expansion pushes blades outward, converting temperature differentials into rotation. Within each relay, electromagnetic coils coil around iron cores, generating fields that lift contacts. You feel how energy transforms across states, from thermal to mechanical to electrical toggles, like a gentle cycle of renewal. This quiet alchemy underpins network switching, revealing how physical laws sculpt digital communication at its very deep roots. In this gentle current, information moves much like water in a branching river. Relays open some channels while others remain closed, creating decision points that resemble Boolean gates. You understand how a single rotation can lead to divergent flows, each branch carrying distinct signals. As circuits interlace, they form a lattice of choices, a primitive mesh of connectivity. You feel the promise of precise control, a dawn when data obedience meets human intention. You breathe in sync with that rotating machinery. You perceive the interplay of steam-driven energy and relay logic as a symphony of exchange, where each turn refines timing and each click defines structure. You rest in the knowledge that these experiments lay the groundwork for packet switching and networks. Now you follow the rhythm of rotors as memory and logic entwine. Which subtle shift in this synchronized dance will open the next gateway? Chapter 9. The Silent Code. You settle into stillness, noticing each inhalation as a gentle current of air. Your breath slows further, a metronome aligning with your heartbeat. In dim light, you imagine rows of brittle paper tape and stacks of punch cards, each one a silent blueprint. You see yellowed edges, tiny holes like scattered stars. These perforations represent binary pulses, ones and zeros, that quietly tell machines how to move. You feel the hush of that archive, a library of mechanical dreams waiting to awaken. In the mid-19th century, Charles Babbage sketched a device known as the analytical engine. You recognize it as a precursor to modern computers, powered not by electricity, but by steam and levers. Ada Lovelace wrote the first algorithm for this engine, folding her logic into silk-bound notebooks. Each line defined a sequence of operations: addition, subtraction, iteration, like a recipe for thought. You sense the elegance of those instructions, how they looped, branched, and carried data. You trace the hum of gears and cogs as steam valves pulse in time. Each turn of a wheel translates pressure into movement, a physical algorithm unfolding in metal. Concepts like feedback and control theory emerged decades later, but here you feel their ancestors whisper. A governor regulates steam speed with simple mechanical logic, balancing force and resistance like a vigilant guardian. In this tangible world of pistons and rods, the notion of programmability takes shape. As you breathe, you feel that silent code hum beneath your skin. Modern processors rely on transistors switching in nanoseconds, billions of times per second, orchestrating digital symphonies. Voltage and current become abstract bits, held in registers and memory caches. Data flows through logic gates and/or XOR, each truth table a tiny junction of decision. You recognize the lineage from brass gears to silicon wafers, a continuous pulse of curiosity. Here, in this quiet convergence of past and present, you feel a subtle shift. Every instruction set, from punched cards to firmware, carries the same promise: to translate ideas into action. Algorithms are whispers of intention, hidden codes that shape our world. You touch the edge of a new design, pulsing with possibility, and wonder what pattern will guide the next spark of discovery. What hidden algorithm quietly orchestrates the next revelation? Chapter 10. The Echo of Vapor. You lie in a chamber of gentle mist, aware of tiny steam pulses rising like silent dancers. Each droplet is made of water molecules that carry thermal energy, shifting from liquid to gas as heat loosens bonds. You sense the warmth in every vapor tendril, a quiet demonstration of latent heat releasing, guiding your breath into a soft, balanced cadence. In the hush beyond the mist, the concept of vacuum glows with unseen currents. You imagine a sealed tube where electrons leap between a heated cathode and anode, creating a faint luminescence that once powered early electronics. Thermionic emission carries bits of physics, reminding you that empty space can hold energy, a subtle light born from charged particles in motion. You notice the hum of turning blades, as if a turbine spins with your heartbeat. Steam's pressure pushes against curved veins, transforming heat into kinetic energy. That mechanical rotation becomes electricity through a magnetic field, a dance of coils and magnets converting motion into current. The cycle is continuous, a testament to how simple pressure differentials can power entire cities. You feel a faint whisper of code flowing through wires, binary pulses that carry instructions in zeros and ones. Each bit represents a voltage high or low, a digital heartbeat guiding machines. These signals sort data, render images, or calculate trajectories. You realize abstract ideas can become physical realities through precise patterns of electrical impulses. They reside in devices everywhere. You sense how these forgotten technologies weave together into a tapestry. Steam, vacuum tubes, turbines, and binary code are threads that taught us about energy, electrons, motion, and information. Like neurons forging synapses, they connected discoveries over centuries, each invention building on the last. You feel their legacy echo in your mind, a reminder that knowledge unfolds through shared endeavor. In this lull between heartbeat and exhale, you feel each breath exchange gas within your alveoli. Oxygen diffusing across membranes as carbon dioxide drifts away. That silent chemistry sustains life, a cycle renewed with each inhale, linking you to air, water, and heat. You rest amidst echoes of steam engines, glowing tubes, spinning turbines, and digital whispers. A deeper mystery stirs in the quiet, inviting your curiosity. What will you uncover when you next listen?